there are some conditions under which party leaders face an incentive to what I would call accelerate policymaking rather than decelerate it. So some examples of this include Republicans before the 2016 election. Everybody thought that Trump was going to get waxed. Everybody thought that Republicans were going to lose the Senate. And of course, that's not what happened. But if you look, say, at betting markets and polls and things like that prior, that's what everyone thought. And so you saw things like the education bill being pushed through for the first time in 7 years after the reauthorization had expired. You see other actually fairly substantial pieces of legislation getting pushed through at a time in a presidency that's not typically known as being especially productive. So you do see this from time to time. Conversely, if you go back 8 years before then, where Bush is sort of at the tail end of his tenure, everybody knew Democrats were going to win. Power was going to flip. And so even though Republicans wanted to push stuff through, there was no way they were getting it through, right? Because Democrats knew, forget about it. We're waiting until we have, at that time, of course, they thought it would be Hillary Clinton, but we're waiting until we have our person in office, and then we'll deal with these problems. So yes, it can cut both ways. The problem is because we have separation of powers, even when you want to accelerate, you're often not able to do so, right? Because somebody else is at a veto point, whereas it's always easy to slow things down in our system because that's the way it's designed.